Hey guys, so today I'm going to be getting 3 new turtles and also doing a ton of different stuff pertaining to turtles out on the back porch where I keep all my turtles now. And also I have a snapping turtle in here, but I do a separate video on that. I hope you guys enjoy. Here I am finishing up doing the water change on the 75 gallon, and then I am drilling more holes in the filter of the 300 gallon. Okay guys, so I didn't drain this all the way down, but I'm currently refilling it and cleaning the sponge filters. And then what I'm hoping will happen is I'm going to be completely cleaning all that because it does need cleaned. Is when I'm done with that, when I turn the filter back on, it will properly clean the water. So we'll see, but it'll definitely be a lot more clear because of the obvious reason, like the majority of the water that I'm adding in isn't green, or all of the water that I'm adding in isn't green. So there was about 6 inches, I'd say, of water at the bottom before that, and it should be good. It should be better. That's what I'm trying to say. You should be able to see through it better. Not completely clear like Norman's tank over here, because I'm not going to drain down 300 and something gallon, or 294 gallon completely down to the bottom, especially since there's fish in here. But I am going to probably go shut off the thing because I want to go catch all the turtles and take pictures of them and talk about them. Now I'm cleaning the filters. Like I said, first I started with the sponge filter, and then I went on to just scrubbing down all the algae or whatever that was on the other filter, and I'm going to be adding more sponges in a different video into that. I'll do a separate video on that. But I'm also cleaning off the rocks and the plants that were in the filter as well. Okay guys, so I cleaned everything up pretty much and got a few things clean that I need to, and started to do stuff there, but whatever. I got all this cleaned and set up, which I think you guys saw, but I have not filled it up. And here's why. I'm going to be taking the turtles, each individual turtle out. I'm going to be weighing them, recording their weight and the date and everything, their shell length, everything like that, which I do every month, which I already did this month, but since I just got back, I want to see how much they've grown with my dad feeding them, just to see. And then I'll probably do the same thing next year if I leave again. And I also want to get a picture of each one because I make my own care sheets. Like every single animal that I have a care sheet for, and then every single animal that I've ever done a animal info video on, I have a care sheet for that. I do research and I find everything, and then I write it down so then I can access it access all the information right at once really easily just using my phone. So what I also do is I take pictures, and I have that for reference and everything to like male, female, and also if I ever like somehow create a website or something, I'll have pictures already ready. So I'm going to be taking pictures of all these. Also, there is some of these that I'm going to be rehoming. Here's the reason. First of all, I am going into high school, okay? That's not, people obviously have animals while they're in high school. It's just a lot for me to take care of this many animals, and it's a lot less having them in this pond, but it's still a lot to worry about and everything. So what I'm going to be doing is, for a while, I'm just going to be keeping the animals that I have, not getting any more. The only possible way I get another one is I might keep my friend's leopard gecko for a little while because I want to do some videos on it and have some experience with leopard geckos. I'm gonna see if he'll let me do that. But there's a lot of them. I want to keep 3 turtles in total, okay? I want to keep Lewis, which is the painted turtle. That's because he's the nicest turtle ever in the world. He's amazing, and that's the only reason I want to keep him. I'm gonna keep Pee-wee because the owner contacts me a lot and asks about her, which is fine. I'm glad that they do that and they still care. So I need to keep her, obviously, because of the owner. And then also Norman, because the same situation. That person might message me. I doubt it because they haven't in a really long time. But also just because, just in case. And I don't know what Norman is because he's like the mystery turtle. So the snapping turtle person is supposed to come and get it at some point. And then I have 2 female red-eared sliders that you guys haven't seen, so I'll be introducing those when I go up to weigh them and everything. It is Vanellope and Shelby, and I made those names because it goes with the E with like every single other animal I have. I'll be showing those 2. So those 2 I plan on rehoming. Then I already rehomed Sheldon a few days ago, so he's now in a 75 gallon with somebody. Made sure they had a proper basking spot, and it's really nice. So I'm glad that he was rehomed. And then also, sadly, Brandy. And then I believe that is it. And then all those turtles is just because the way that I got them, nobody really seemed to care what happened to them, if that makes sense. So I care, obviously, so I'll be making sure, like I said with Sheldon, I made sure the person knew everything, they knew how to take care of them. They asked me like what kind of food I feed them, so then they can continue feeding them the same food. So I know that he's going to be doing well, and that's very important to me. So after making sure of that, then I'm all right with rehoming them. So that's the plan. So then I'll be positive, absolutely sure that I will have space for them during the winter, because right now the plan is probably just to move this into the garage. I do plan on putting a pond over there, I think, in making like a bigger garden area, and obviously there'll be the pond out front as well, which we just need to work on, because that's basically we can set that up whenever, we just need to work on it. So that is the plan. I'm not, you know, I'd like to not have to deal with like getting rid of any, but at the same time I never promised to keep these, if that makes sense. You know, the ones that, like I said, they ask about them and they still want to know about them. I do promise to keep those, obviously, but like I'm supposed to be a turtle rescue, so I don't care if I keep them or if somebody else keeps them, as long as they have the right requirements. I'm fine with that. I have enough animals to fulfill that need I have to take care of things, so I'm fine if somebody else wants to keep it, as long as it's doing well. Anyway, what I'm going to be doing now, before I take them all out, that's why it's still drained, so then I can get them all out really easily. Apparently Pee-wee can actually climb over this. As you can see there, there's also that, because I guess this piece of wood moved over and they could get out. So my dad put the pallet there, which is fine. But apparently Pee-wee could actually climb over this, because my dad found her over here. So what I'm going to be doing is adding another one. I'm going to go cut it and do that. So I'm just adding on 2 pieces onto the back of what's already there. And then I'm going to connect one more board onto those 2 pieces, just so it's too tall for them to climb over. Now I am weighing the turtles. So this is one of the new, I believe it's female, that's what my dad said. Yeah, for sure. Female red-eared sliders, and I'm not sure which one this is. I'm gonna have to get the other one out and then name them, so I'll leave her out. Her shell is crazy messed up. I have never seen a shell like it. I mean, it looks cool, but like I'm pretty sure this is pyramiding. Like this part's like dented. That's pretty strange, but then the rest is just really messed up. But she's nice looking. Her skin is clear, and she actually has something on her lip, like some type of scar you can see there, which is interesting. Maybe I will I'll write that in my notes so then I can remember which one's which. But this is definitely a female red-eared slider. Her weight was 23.49, and that's ounces. And then her back length with the curvature, because that's how I do it, is 6 3/4. So I'm gonna set her down here, and then I will try to go get the other one, and then I'll name them. Okay, so this is the smaller one. And here are the 2. So this one, it looks like her tail might have been bitten off or something. You can see her tail's nubby. And then she also has the cut on her lip, and she's the bigger one, and she's pretty rough looking. She looks really like she's been through a lot. This one's fine looking. Again, neither one of their shells look that great, but I mean, I've seen worse shells. So they're nice and hard anyway. And she is also, they're both females, and I got them from the same person, and she is also 6 3/4 inches, and then her weight is like 18 something, so she's a lot smaller, but somehow the length of the shell is the same. I mean, it's not, but like there's more of a dome on hers, so whatever, it's fine. I'll leave it. The notes are basically just for me anyway. So I'll be putting these back. This one's Shelby and this one's Vanellope, so I'll write that one in my notes. So the bigger one with the rough looking niths is Vanellope, and then the smaller one is Shelby. Now I'll be doing the rest of the turtles. I don't think I ever talked about this, but Brandy actually had some type of scar on the top of her head at some point. I don't know what happened. It happened under my care, but for a while I took her outside a lot and let her run around the greenhouse because she always kind of wanted out of her enclosure. I assumed it might have been like she wanted to lay eggs or something, or she went out of her enclosure to run around. So I would do that a lot, and I assumed something happened when I wasn't paying attention or something, because I would just leave her out in the greenhouse because it was just outside, like I didn't really worry about anything. And she had a scar on top of her head, but as you can see now, there's nothing there. Like everything is gone. Like it was kind of open, but with reptiles, I don't really... I mean, obviously, if you're worried about it, go to the vet. But as you can see, I think since being in the pond, it's really helped her, and she completely healed up on top. So I'm gonna be really sad to see her go, honestly. But yeah, she's definitely one of the favorites. But she's very large, and if I could find her a home, what I want is, like, I keep a lot of animals, so I can't give, like, I give enough attention as they need, but like I can't give like a full attention. I'd rather them be with people who that's like their one pet, if that makes sense. So we'll see how it goes. Now I just have Philip and Lewis and Norman, and actually the snapping turtle as well, so I'm probably not even halfway through. So I had to weigh a towel and then wrap Lewis in it because he never stops moving because he's just so used to people, so that's what I'm fiddling around with the towel. Okay, real quick, I wanted to talk about Philip. Now, Philip is the red-eared slider turtle that I kept at the school last year for the whole duration of the time that we had a tank set up there, and as you can see, he actually got some type of mark on his shell. I think you can see that right here, a white bit. I think that's when he actually dropped out of the aquarium like 2 or 3 times, because he ended up crawling out, but it wasn't a very often thing, so we didn't really think to fix it, and he got that at some point. I'm not sure when because they didn't notify me, but he seems to be doing fine, and the water quality wasn't great there. Honestly, I don't want to keep a turtle there again. It was a lot for them to take care of, and they're not used to taking care of turtles, so I won't be doing that again, but he has been doing way better, and right before I left for Arizona, he was actually developing a full-blown, like a skin fungus that was all over his, like, it had gotten better since I had gotten him back from the school, but it still wasn't very good, and I thought I was going to have to start, like, treating him every day, but I didn't have time to do that when I left, so I put him out with the other turtles. As you can see here, his skin is completely clear, no fungus whatsoever. Completely fine, doing great, and I'm really happy about that. He even had like a spot on his neck, and it is just completely clear, and I think it was just the, I think that just shows you how clean this water really is. It's not like super dirty, it's just green, and I think having him in such a big tank really helped with his fungus on his skin, so he seems to be doing better now. The tank just filled up, and you can definitely see a little bit better, but I'm hoping that it'll clear up. I have a little bit of hope, but I'm not expecting too much, but I really hope that it'll clear up, because that would be great. And we'll see tomorrow if the filtration actually clears up the water any at all. Yeah, here's the pond at night. You can't really see anything. I guess there's not enough light out here for video. But I might have done a thing, guys. So I said that I wouldn't do this, and then something happened, and I have another turtle. Okay, so this turtle, I need somewhere to put it, obviously. This is what I believe is a northern map turtle. It is obviously really friendly, as you can see. I believe they bought it as, it's some type of map turtle, you can see with the ridge, so that ridge is super cool. I believe they bought it when it was small. They said it's 2 to 3 years old, so what I'm thinking is they either got it from the wild, if it is a northern map turtle, or they bought it when it was a baby. This is a male, and it very well may be full size, but I think it could probably give another inch. The problem with this is its head's tiny as well, which is very strange. One, I need somewhere to put it, and I would just put it in with my other turtles, but here's the problem. It has a really bad gash, scab, crack thing. Sorry, that's actually really, oh, somehow I just got that. Okay, that's really disgusting. Sorry, I'm not having trouble with that. I'm just thinking about the trouble that you guys are having. I want to be a vet when I grow up, so I need to get used to this type of stuff. So I need to fix that somehow, which was not listed on the Craigslist post, so that's cool. I got this guy for free. They said they had it in a 15-gallon, which of the picture wasn't even full, and I was like, that's terrible because this guy's way too big for that. I mean, I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking. And nope, it was a 10-gallon, so he was in like a good 4 gallons of water, this poor little dude. But I need to put him somewhere, so where I'll be putting him is a tank that I happen to just have set up right here. You can't really see it, but this is where it is. But the problem is there's a different turtle in here, and that turtle is the common snapping turtle, so I'm going to put him back into his tank. And he will be going back into his tank, so I'm doing a video about that, so you can go watch that probably. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that I got a new turtle, and that's where it'll be going for now, while I clean up that wound. I'm assuming that's shell rot or something, and it's pretty nasty looking. Okay guys, so here is Petey, it's a map turtle for sure. I'm gonna do more research on it like today and get its weight and its length, and I obviously wouldn't take anything in that I didn't think I could care for, so I did take him in knowing somewhat about map turtles, and all aquatic turtles are very, very similar in care, that is. So he's also, I believe, a native species if he is a northern map turtle, but he's either in northern or in Mississippi, that's what I'm guessing. So I haven't really had time to look at his coloration and everything because we got him yesterday, like kind of late, so I'll come out here and do that. But I just like to talk about something really quickly. I didn't get him, like, it would be different if I went out and bought turtles. Here's the thing, I do not buy animals. I have gotten an animal every single month of this year except January, okay? Every single month. I've gotten multiple turtles, multiple animals some of those months. They're not all turtles, but every single one of those are free. I do not buy animals. Now, I understand the reason for buying animals, okay? Like, obviously, people need to buy animals because that supports other people's jobs, you know? Like, if you bred animals and nobody bought them, right? Like, I wouldn't have any animals if nobody bought them. So basically, I just didn't want this to look like some kind of impulse, like, oh, I got another turtle because I felt like it. We saw it. It obviously needs help with whatever is affecting its stomach, and I really hope this is why I want to be a veterinarian, and this is why I want to take in turtles. Like, one of my big life goals is to have a proper turtle rescue, but I just wanted to, like, I'm aware of how to take care of this guy, and I didn't impulse get him. I rescued him. Obviously, he was in, you can see, here's a 10-gallon. Okay, they thought it was a 15-gallon, so they also thought he was a red-eared slider. So, there's just so much messed up with that. But as you can see, that has to be like 2 gallons of water. Okay, this is like a 5 or 6 inch turtle. That's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And I believe in the picture it had some type of basking area. I don't know if they kept that or what, or they threw it away, but they gave me the heater and the filter, and some food as well. So, and it was proper-ish food, like it was the Zoo Med aquatic turtle food. And then it was the other type of food that I always feed them. But I just wanted to talk about that real quick, and I'm going to be doing a lot of research today on him and making sure I know everything about what's wrong with him and what species he is. But this is just the reason that I want to stop taking in turtles is just because I want to have time for each individual one, like something that was something as troublesome as PD here, and that's why I'll be rehoming turtles. And I plan on trying to continue to get turtles and rehome them to proper homes and stuff like that, but I need to stop for a while I have this many and not get anything for a long time. And then once I get to the point that I feel that I have enough time, like more time, and can take in something else, then I will. But right now, that this is just it's kind of unhealthy for me to be having this many things, because, you know, I need time, I need to sleep. So I just wanted to clear that up real quick. He seems to be doing all right. I'm going to take these pieces of wood out so then he has more room to swim around. But I'm excited to have him in here in this tank, even though it is, I mean, I would say it's decent size for him. But I would still like to get him into something bigger. Obviously I want him in the big pond, but it's so much better than that. That's really sad. But right now I'm just going to be, like I said, working on enclosures, and I'm also going to be just doing enclosures and doing enclosures for content, not getting animals as content, because that's just not really a good thing to do. I'm going to be focusing on enclosures, getting stuff outside. I want to get my iguana outside. I really want to get something bigger for my iguana, like permanently, so then I can put my crested geckos in my iguana's cage, because I want to use my iguana's cage to the full extent that it can be used, which is like a really cool terrarium. But right now it's decent, and just wanted to talk about that real quick. Okay guys, so I washed this guy's bottom shell, and I put Providone iodine on it and then let it dry, and now I'm going to be putting him back in his tank. He is a male Mississippi map turtle, could be an adult. As far as I know, males only get like 5 inches. I'm assuming that he'll grow more, because the people that I got him from said that he's like 2 to 3 years old, but you know, they also didn't even know that it was a Mississippi map turtle, so I don't know if I don't know. That's what's kind of hard with taking in turtles, you never really know the backstory. So I'm just gonna keep treating him like I would with shell rot, and as you can see, there's Providone iodine there, and then I'll watch and see if it starts getting better. What it looks like to me is some type of rot, and I'm assuming it's some type of rot because it's all white and stuff. As you can see, there's like a patch right adjacent to the big gash, and I'm assuming that's what it is. So I'm gonna put him back in here. And he is a Mississippi map turtle, and again, like I said, all aquatic turtles very similar, and he won't be a problem to keep at all. So here he is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I covered a large range of things, mostly to do with turtles, but a lot of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like it down below. If you have any comments or concerns, put in the comments below, and if you're more content, then subscribe. Have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you in the next video.